All right, guys. Today we have a very special guest. Currently in 2026, Dave, aka the TMNT Collector, is the Guinness Book World Record holder for the biggest Ninja Turtle collection. Now, before we get started, we're going to focus more on his collection. A quick shout out to Brian Van Hooker on Turtle Tracks and Justin Cooper, Epic Tales from the Sewers. Both of those podcasts have a lot more in depth in regards to what it takes to get that collection and more on the Guinness. Today we're talking about the man himself, though. Dave, it's hot as hell out here in Illinois. I'm sure it's hot as hell out by you. How you hanging in there? Is hot pizza still cool, like they say in the Turtle cartoon?
Always. Pizza's always cool. It's pretty smoky today. We have those wildfires going on, so it's moving down the East Coast pretty good. You know, I got some messages from some of my friends along the East Coast, even down in like New York City, like, man, you okay up there? Like it's pretty bad down here. And I'm like, yeah, the actual fires aren't anywhere near me, but you know, the smoke, it's pretty bad. Like we have the worst air quality in the world right now, but luckily I got a good HEPA filter in the house because trying to keep dust down. So it's working OT right now.
Yeah, especially for you and your brothers in the back over there to get them dust free. It's pretty crappy out here too, just with the eyes with that air. But anyways, dude, for those who don't know, let's give a cliff notes just on how you started, you know, finding Ninja Turtles as a kid and what inspired you to say, I got to collect them all.
Well, I've told the story many times. It was like Playmates and their good marketing right to children. They were allowed to do that back then. And, you know, I was the right age. I was born in 81. They came out in 87. You know, I was 6-7 years old when it came out. So I was the right age and I witnessed Turtle Mania in real time. You know what I mean? Like it was the biggest thing in the world. And I was in hook, line, and sinker with it. Right. So, you know, I played with it, played with the toys. Anytime there was a birthday, anything, like it had to be Ninja Turtles. And then, you know, I became a teenager. I never got out in Ninja Turtles, but the series died, you know what I mean? And the toy line ultimately died. And it was when Laird brought it back because Eastman had, you know, like went away and he was working on Heavy Metal Magazine and everything like that. And Laird brought it back in 2003 and it was a little edgier and a little grimier and darker, you know, and it appealed to me like it brought me back. Right. So, and then it was around then 2003 that I started really buying up, not every single Ninja Turtle thing like I pretty much do now, but you know, I was getting like things here and there and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, that's super cool. Like, I like that take. Like, oh, they didn't have this in the vintage line. I'm going to get this. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just been since then I've been buying them and loving them. And then the last, you know, when I got the Guinness World Record, the pieces that counted were 2,195 officially licensed, commercially available, worldwide pieces that were like complete. Like everything I counted was completed out, all the accessories, everything, blah, 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 blah. You know, it wasn't just a bunch of like junk toys.
Yeah, bare bones.
Right. So that was that. Getting the record has blown the collection up immensely. And, you know, I want to preface this with a thank you very much to everybody, whether it was someone that gave me a heads up about something, you know, hit me up first, like, hey, I have this for sale. If you don't have it, I'd love to go to your collection, or people just literally like giving me gifts. Like, if you don't have, like, do you have this? No, I don't. What do you want for it? I don't want anything. I want it to be part of that collection. So it's a lot. And I'll be breaking my own record at 6,000 pieces.
You're going to triple it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, records are made to be broken. It's always cool when you're able to shatter your own. So,
right.
GG's on that. So growing up, you said you were a part of Turtle Mania like myself. Random question for you, just if you can dig that far back. What was your favorite turtle food? Did you enjoy the turtle pies, the cereal? We all had some turtle snack in our life that stood out.
You know what I loved was they're right back. I think they're right there, but like the apple cinnamon graham cracker cookies that came in a little box that looked like a bus. It had the wheels at the bottom. Yeah, I love turtle pies. I feel like I can remember what they taste like. Like it was a big pudding filled pastry. Of course, I thought it was delicious as a child. As an adult, would I love it if they brought them back? Yes. Would I sit there and eat a whole bunch? Probably not, because it's probably like diabetes in a biscuit, right? But it would be cool to actually like have one again, just to like, see if it kicks that nostalgia. Like, yes, this is exactly how I remember it tasting.
It's funny you bring that up too for nostalgia taste. Frito-Lay had a potato chip a couple years ago. One of my other Ninja Turtle buddies recommended. And do you remember the Pizza Crunch-A-Bungas? That was like near the end of Turtle Mania. It tasted just like that. So I hope maybe one day we'll get some Pizza Crunch-A-Bungas back in our life. So collection-wise though, dude, where, like, we talked about this on Justin's show, and I was blessed to be helping Justin interview you. A lot of your collection, what's cool about it is it's not just all big lot on eBay, bam, family garage sale, grandma doesn't know what these are worth, bam, I'm taking these. Most of your collection has a unique story by it. So what are 2 to 3 of yours that you haven't really talked about in other episodes that you'd like to share with us that has a really cool, sweet story, whether it's one you found in the wild or somebody just said, bro, we want to help you get that record?
Let's see, ones that have cool stories. Well, I actually have one. See the Game Boy sitting right here?
Yes.
So that's actually a Game Boy Pocket. I think Game Boy Pocket. Let me just look.
Yeah, definitely. Go right ahead. Oh, we're in no rush.
This is a Game Boy Pocket, but it's in regular colors, which wasn't like a thing back then. So there was an ad on Marketplace, and they were like Ninja Turtle Game Boy game and a Game Boy, and I just glanced at the picture back like when I needed this was years ago,
of course,
and I was like, oh, Follow the Foot Clan, and it comes with a Game Boy. And I got there and I looked and I was like, this is not like the regular ones that were chunkier and thicker. And I was like, oh, that's super cool, a Game Boy Pocket, but it's actually like the colors. And I still haven't found like a video game person who can tell me. So if anyone's watching this and you see this, comment below or message me on Instagram or Facebook and let me know where normally colored Game Boy Pocket came from, because I have no idea. Like I've asked a couple like video game store,
retro
who should know, and they're like, nah, dude, they were all like different colors. Some of them were see-through, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen one. So the best I got is, oh, maybe it was like some kind of sample from Japan or, kind of thing. Right. And I was like, I don't know. So I thought that was super cool. Another piece. That's such a good question. The unique stories. Yeah. Cause a lot of them.
We talked about the Vanilla Ice one on Justin's, which is a badass piece, but something
the vanilla. Oh yeah, the Vanilla Ice, the custom. That was awesome, man. Let me see other pieces with a great story behind it. I mean, did we talk about my Channel 6 news van?
Feel free to go.
I got my Channel 6 news van way back in the day. I want to say like 2000, maybe 8, 9, 10-ish, at a garage sale. Mind you, back then it wasn't worth what it's worth now. It might have been worth more than I paid, but it was at a garage sale. It was in a box. It had everything except for the little cart that April rolls on, but it also had Irma, Vern, and those guys, and the Green April with it. And I was like, oh man, this is like the whole tune line. And I asked the woman, I was like, hey, how much, for the Ninja Turtle van? $20. I was like, I will definitely take it. and I think I might have paid her 40. Like, I think this is worth more than that. I tend to do that. I'm not like
like
see something for a great price and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get this," and this person doesn't know what they have. I will tell them what they have, and I will pay them more. Usually not the full worth of it. I'll give them the option. I'll be like, "Hey, you were gonna sell this for $20. It's actually worth, $100, but I'll give you 50 because I want it, or you can keep it and you can sell it for this much money." You know what I mean? I'm not shisty like that.
Which is nice because, again, I'm pretty sure you've sold a couple things back in the day on either Facebook Marketplace or whatnot. And it's funny when somebody comes to us when the shoe's on the other side and the tables turn. It's like, we already know what the piece is. But when they come in and give you like some ridiculous offer, it's like, I've gotten to the point where I just say respectfully decline or just a quick no, because it's not like I have to go send you pictures like, bro, this can go for X amount. So kudos to you for actually saying, you know what, I don't feel like, because you probably almost felt guilty, right? Where it's like, this person wants $20 for this news van. And at that time, it probably was still at least a couple hundred. And I'm pretty sure it was in damn good condition.
I mean, back then it wasn't. No, it was, that was like a probably good average find. You got to remember, most Ninja Turtle toys carded were, 20 aside from like your big grails and stuff, but most Ninja Turtle toys carded like your, space rafts and undercover dons and stuff. Dude, they were maybe $15 or $20 up until like 2018. I feel like the Toys That Made Us episode, the show Toys That Made Us, they did the Ninja Turtles episode that was low-key like a ripoff of the definitive history of TMNT. I think that spawned a lot of collectors, and then COVID and everything just drove the prices way up. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Channel 6 news van wasn't like, oh my God, a Channel 6 news van. It was like, oh, I've been looking for one of these. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, nowadays, like if I see something posted that's like criminally underpriced, I will offer them more. I'll let them know what it's worth. I'll offer them more. And most people will be like, hey, I appreciate your honesty. Like, no, here, just have it for the price I was asking. Or hell yeah, like I'll take your extra, $20, $30. I think only one time I had someone be like, oh, really? It's worth that much? I think I'm going to try to sell it for that much. And I'm like, hey, you do you. Right? But I'm so publicly out there, like, with the community. I love the community. I interact with tons of people. I would hate, even if that's their asking price, and then they sell it to me and then find out later that it was worth a whole lot more and be like, oh, that, TMNT Collector guy. You know what I mean? Even though it was their asking price.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way they would feel. So I just, you get what you put out in the universe, so I always try to put out good.
Damn straight. That's what the Turtles are all about. I wanted to ask you this one, too. I don't know if we asked you this or not. We live in a world now where everything is graded. Graded cards, graded video games, graded comic books. Is there anything in your collection that you would consider grading, and what are your thoughts about grading as a whole? Is it a good investment?
I take really good care of my stuff. I don't even have my TMNT number 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 are in nice slip covers in a glass case. They're not graded. I only have, I think, 4 graded things in my entire collection, and it's just some cards that I picked up, and I have an intention for them. You know what it is, but the public will know what it is soon enough. And that's the only 4 graded things I have. I have my pinball in an acrylic case that a friend made me because the box started to get like mashed up, moving it around different Comic-Cons and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yeah. I keep things, for the most part protected, and I'm a loose collector. So,
yeah, once it's in that box, you can't set it free anymore. Yeah, once it's locked up, you can't.
Could you imagine what this collection would look like if it was all graded? I would need 2 more houses.
Yeah, and more of those cases too, for sure, which are hard to find nowadays. Another question for you: what are your thoughts on a lot of our toys generation getting? I don't know what the word is, like not repoed, but like I guess like reprinted from Playmates. You know, like how a lot of our toys do. Like,
are you talking about like
the movie toys, like the ones that we grew up with, and they've republished them? Do you think that's great for younger kids who missed out on these? Or is it a slap in the face to old collectors where it's like, no, if you want the original one, you got to buy the one that, came out when it was originally produced.
Like how Playmates is doing like the re-releases.
Yeah, that's the re-release there. Yeah.
I mean, the date on the foot is different. The paint apps are much worse. Like it's not like
the Technodrome. They said the Technodrome's a different size now. Like some of the stuff that they're re-releasing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool that these kids get to experience those 80s toys, 90s toys in the way that we did. But I personally don't have any of them. I have one reproduction, or not reproductions, re-release.
Whatever the term. Yeah, somebody can comment down. Let us know.
It was Super Shredder because they gave him a silver helmet instead of a black one like ours back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Super Shredder that they re-released, but so far every figure that they've re-released I already had vintage. So
nice. Another question. So like we mentioned the Vanilla Ice custom character. In your collection with the blessing of NECA and other companies, now we've gotten a lot of toys that we didn't have growing up as kids, like Rex 1 and Evil Rex's, mutants. Is there any other toys in our, generation that you would like to see created and released someday? Besides Tempestra, because that's the one everybody's been wanting, and we still haven't seen Tempestra anywhere yet.
Yeah, we need her. I'm not sure what happened to the deal, but I'd love to see the NECA Paige Turco April.
Ooh.
Right. That was something that came up. I had just interviewed Paige, and actually I think I was interviewing Paige, and she was like, yeah, I don't know why I don't have a figure yet. And I was like, let me talk to Gary, Gary Needles from Bull Airs. So because he's in well with the NECA guys, and we connected her with NECA, and a deal was made. But then it was like during COVID, and something happened, and the figures never made. I don't know if they never made it to production or they just never made it to America, but the deal was made, right. So I would love to see that come to fruition. What would be something? Like, are we talking like a character that we'd like to see? Like,
or a vehicle,
like maybe Mattel make, because they're that's a whole other wormhole.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, that was another one of my questions. Feel free to go here though first.
But yeah, I don't know. NECA did pretty good with like the deep cut characters.
And those accessories too, dude. I mean, like the Maltese hamster accessory stuff that, if you're like somebody like us who has watched that show a million times and know you can pretty much quote most of the episodes. And dude, I know that piece. I had so much fun unboxing all those NECA toys.
Right. But it would also, like, I got a custom Vanilla Ice, but it would be dope to have, like an actual official like NECA Vanilla Ice, in the black suit coat and the white
maybe pants. They will listen to this episode, dude. I'm thinking I'm gonna roll with you here. Remember, they released the turtle out of their shells, the rock concert guys, and they had that background. So imagine having a Vanilla Ice with the back, and you have all four turtles doing like the dance pose when they were up there with them. That'd be killer stuff.
Be awesome. I love those coming out of their shells.
So what's I guess in your collection, I'm pretty sure you already have this. This is just some of my old stuff here. What's your favorite out of their shells piece you have? I'm sure you got the promo book, right? This is like that souvenir from going to this live, which I wish I did.
I seen it.
You did get to see it?
Yeah, I got to see it. I think it was it? I was young. I don't know if it was in Toronto or if it was in like Maine or Bangor, because I lived in New Brunswick at the time. So it might have been, like I can't remember. I remember seeing it. I don't remember where it was. But it was great. Like I'm pretty sure it was a long drive, and I fell asleep for the drive, and we stayed at a hotel. Like I know it wasn't in my city. I'm not sure where it was, but I remember a long drive, hotel, seeing the show, back in the hotel, and then driving back. So it might have been like Maine, like somewhere, upper East Coast of the US. Coming out of their shelves, my favorite piece. I mean, I have like the
So you got the cassette tape, VHS tape.
I got the cassette tape, the VHS tape, I got the NECA Turtles.
Those are just so cool.
I have the nunchucks in the side that were like the package, like in a package and just like stapled to the top. Yeah. Yeah, probably the side, because Ra's my favorite turtle.
Dude, that is awesome. I would have freaked the hell out if I went to see that live, because there's that spot in the tape, which I remember because I watched that tape countless times, where Shredder says, "I've locked all the doors. You can't escape." I would have said, "Dad, we're freaking dead. The turtles better get their asses here soon." Right. Let's talk about another cool thing here. This will be related to your Guinness, I'm pretty sure. So meeting some of the celebrities. I've been blessed to interview and meet Mr. Ken Scott, among others. I can't speak for main celebrities at Comic-Cons, like the big name actors who are, multimillionaires. But for anybody in the Turtleverse that I have met, you really can't put a price in it. I know prices have gone up with meeting some of these, the media, but just how, how special was it for you to meet some of them? For those who don't know, Dave is really bonded with Renee Jacobs, among other turtle celebrities. So can you just share one or two of those favorite experiences of yours?
Meeting Renee and I talked for a couple of years on Instagram and Facebook and stuff before we actually met. By the time we actually met, she had done so much behind the scenes to help me with getting Comic-Con appearances, to help promote the social media and stuff like that, that we were already best friends. And it was such a surreal moment when she was like, "Well, I'm booked on this show and it's only about 40 minutes from your house, so I'm coming to see that collection." And I was like, "You can come to my house," right? And just to have her here in the turtle lair, and her being like, "Wow, this is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen." And I'm like, "You're April O'Neil. I'm watching you in here, and this is one of the most incredible thing." You know what I mean? Yeah. And in my head, I was like, "Man, I wish I could keep her, because then I'd have nobody has that April O'Neil, right?"
That's what Mikey says in the movie, right? Can we keep her?
Right. Oh yeah, that was such a missed opportunity for a reel right there. But amazing, Townsend, Rob Paulson, Barry Gordon, Cam Clark, all of them amazing. Ken Scott, Brian Tochi, Robbie Rist, Ernie Reyes, Judith, Paige, Jane. I've met all of these people, Vanilla Ice, and they are just genuinely the nicest people. You know what I mean? And they love Ninja Turtles, and they love how much we love Ninja Turtles, right? As a lifelong Ninja Turtle fan, the things that I'm getting to do now and the people I'm getting to meet, this is a dream come true.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's talk about that too. Another character from the 1990 movie that is finally coming out of his own shell, that you've actually been helping promote and endorse, so to speak. Can we talk about that for a little bit?
Well, I haven't actually done anything yet. Just there's some stuff in the works, but yeah, Michael Turney, Danny from the movie, he's a great artist. He did his first Comic-Con appearance. So, I'm going to help bring some awareness to his brand, and he's got an official agent now. So he'll be making the rounds in the Comic-Con. So that's amazing, right? He's definitely an autograph I want to get on the Guinness plaque.
Yeah, exactly. So can we share about that too, where people actually started, for you first, you had to do the work. You had to get your own posts, your show and tell show. We've talked about that, which is I maybe one day you'll go down memory lane and bring those back. I always enjoyed watching those.
Yeah, if Instagram ever fixes their I don't know what's up with their live. I tried a couple months ago. I did a couple episodes, and then the live ad feature, I would add someone and they wouldn't be able to see me, but I'd be able to see them, but they could hear me. And show and tell is interactive, and it's for the community, when I'm showing you, when you're showing me something, I want you to be able to see my reaction, and it's a conversation like this, right? If imagine this, if you couldn't see me, but you could only hear me, you know what I mean? Just things wouldn't make sense, right? So I don't know what's up. I deleted Instagram and re-downloaded the app, and I've gotten a new phone and blah blah blah. But for some reason, I got that glitch, and I got to work it out, because we ran show and tell every day through the pandemic for a year and a half, and I met so many cool people, from celebrities, collectors, artists, customizers, dio builders. People who had the one guy had the whole Leonardo suit from the Coming Out of Their Shells tour, just on a mannequin. We really opened up and brought the community together with that, and I absolutely love where it's evolved into.
Oh yeah, there's a saying that goes around: you always remember your first. So how humbling was it for you, for your first experience where somebody actually came out to you and said, Dave, we want to bring you to be a part of our show?
At a Comic-Con, or
just to make your first a celebrity appearance.
It was Rhode Island Comic-Con, and I went down there, and Renee had previously told me, she's like, man, you got to start coming to these things, because everywhere we go, from California and Texas and all over New York, blah, blah, all over the US, people ask us or talk to us about the TMNT Collector. So she set up things for me to be down at Rhode Island, and I just showed up, with my phone in hand to do some media coverage, and people were like, oh, where's your table? Did you bring any of your stuff? Anything on? Can we take a picture? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I looked at my wife. I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, I have no idea. And by the time I made it to Renee's table, I was telling her all this. She's like, yeah, I told you. She's like, everybody knows who you are, especially in Ninja Turtles. So you need to be at these things and interact with people. They want to meet you, and, they want to show you their stuff and tell you their stories. And I was like, hell yeah, this sounds amazing. Let's do it. And I've been doing it since.
Yeah, which is just amazing. Movie theaters, I've seen promoting you, all that good stuff. So what goes in your mind?
Or was I promoting them?
Oh, yeah, exactly. As because you're also a content creator, because I see a lot of your reels, and a lot of work goes in that too. Nobody understands behind the scenes that us content creators have to do, right? We have to keep popping these, and then eventually we hope one of them goes viral. So can you share with us one of your favorite ones that actually, blew off and went viral?
I've had a couple that went really viral, millions of views. There was a couple with my wife, actually, where I was doing the dishes, and she came up in a nice little negligee and whispered something into my ear, and on the screen it said when she's finally ready to use toys in the bedroom. And then it showed us in the bed, and I had the bubble bomber, and she had a TIE fighter, and she was wearing a Boba Fett helmet. I had a Raphael mask on, and we're just playing with toys. Another one was I did one about how this $4 toy, and I was holding my soft head Donatello, the first Ninja Turtle toy I ever got, how it changed my whole life. That one did really well. There was another one, Johnny. Do you know Johnny? He wears the Michelangelo suit for Vanilla Ice when he's on stage.
Oh, okay. No, right? I don't know him personally.
Johnny, okay. And they were at an event, and Johnny's wife had got a video of him in the Michelangelo suit dancing on a chair to Genuine Pony. and he had sent it to me and was like, if anyone can come up with making this, you know, go viral, it's going to be you. So see what you can do. And I watched it and I was like, I got this. And I made the, like, on the screen, I think I downloaded the wrong Magic Mike movie. And that one, you know, that one went crazy. There's been a few, but it's to come up with like original content and not just copy. You know, a lot of it is like copy paste, or it's just really, you know, unprofessionally done, like just random, you know, crap, and show, like, it's not put together very well. It's a challenge, but it's really fun, and I like coming up, and I have a significant talent for relating everything back to Ninja Turtles somehow.
Well, what's really cool about you too is I'm pretty sure you've heard the name Mark Queso, you know, Leonardo in the original
absolutely.
movies. What I've noticed about him and yourself is you guys try to give back to the community to boost others up. Because again, your Instagram is congratulations, 35K. Your Facebook that I just became aware of before we went live has been popping as well. You guys, I noticed, that try to like almost anything that's a TMNT post. So how much time do you spend per day on average? Again, it varies, but like just trying to give back to the turtle community.
I reply to like every DM, you know, and help people out as much as I can. I don't sell anything, you know. I'm a collector. I'm probably a turtle hoarder, right? But you know, I don't have any doubles. I had a few doubles over the years, and I'll like you know, sell them off for what I paid for them, or I'll trade them with somebody for something else that I don't have. But I'll help coordinate sales, you know, some small, some big ones. I'll help coordinate sales between, you know, collectors and sellers, or someone getting out of it. And, you know, I have like a list on my phone of things that people are looking for, like their name and what they're looking for. And if I'll come across it, I do a lot behind the scenes. You know, I do some charity work. I actually have a charity event coming up August 29th here in my city. It's a fashion show, Fashion for Hunger. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, I do everything I can to like help everybody and build people up, you know, and zero tolerance for like hate or, you know, any kind of negativity.
Right. That's the way it should be. We talked to, and Ken Scott's another believer. You know, what you put out, you get back. So what's great about you is you mentioned you and your wife already with the Boba Fett. We've talked before. She's a big Star Wars fan. So how beneficial is it to you, you know, being married to someone who says, you know, babe, go for that toy? How much does that help boost up your, you know, confidence and inspiration to keep doing what you love?
It definitely helps, because, you know, if I wouldn't be able to do all of this if she didn't fully support it. Like, this is the living room of my house. This isn't, you know, like tucked away in a man cave or in a garage, right? Like, this is the living room of my house. We have a Star Wars kitchen, a Nightmare Before Christmas bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that we both enjoy, like going out and hunting and finding things, you know. And I appreciate her and everyone else in my life, because now at this point, it's like I get 50, not even exaggerating, messages a day like, hey, I'm out and see this. Do you have it? Right. And most of the time I already do, but some of the times I don't.
Yeah. Whether it's a variant or
my wife is like always on that. Like, hey, there's a Ninja Turtle thing here. Do you need this?
That is awesome. So I guess with that, then this is going to lead up to my next question. So the hunt can still be real, huh? So do you still go to flea markets and yard sales and stuff?
Oh,
yeah, and you're still able to find the magic, even though with eBay and, you know, everybody being an expert, so to speak, with you know, prices.
I buy very minimal. Like, out of the almost 6,000 pieces in my collection, I bet you I've bought less than 1,000 just to be safe off of eBay. I don't like paying shipping,
Yeah. And the taxes now, because again, we grew up with an eBay where it was tax free, which is always nice.
Yeah, I don't like paying shipping. I don't like import fees. That's a new one, but you know, and I like it. You can't just sit. Like you'll blow through a fortune buying things on eBay. You know what I mean? Like it's a terrible way to do things. And I like the hunt. You know what I mean? And I like the interaction of like meeting people and the negotiation, right? So for me, the hunt is more important than actually having it. You know, I've had people offer me things at a price that I'm like, you know, that seems a little high. So like, I'm going to pass for now. And then the universe is just like, good job being financially responsible, Dave. Look, we're going to place it here at this thrift shop and you're going to run into it just at the right time 2 months later for a great price. Right. So that goes back to you get what you put out.
Yeah. Random funny question, if you're cool with answering. When you go out, do you go to these flea markets when I'm undercover? Because when I go out to them, I try not to wear any Ninja Turtle merch because then it's like, ooh, hey, this guy's a turtle fan. I try to do a little undercover. Do you care at all? Just curious on that.
I don't know how long you've been watching my social media, but I pretty much dress the same. I don't wear my Ninja Turtle shirts out for the most part when I'm going like hunting. Like maybe sometimes if it's just like I wake up, throw something on and I go out hunting. But like if me and my wife are, you know, or the family are going like on a trip and we stop in at like, you know, like these like roadside antique malls, blah, 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 blah. I'm wearing, you know, normal clothes, but I always have Raphael around my neck and, you know, my
patting it
on my hat
backwards. Yep.
So, and I'm not bald. I'm very gray, but I'm not bald. I got a lot of messages from people that were like, "Oh, I thought you were bald, man. You always have a hat on." I'm like, dude, there's literally there's no bald spots. It's just getting gray. I'm old now. I'll be 45 on Saturday. I'm old man.
Oh, jeez. Well, actually, what are you doing for your birthday? Any turtle cakes, or are you gonna celebrate a Ninja Turtle pizza or?
My wife is in charge of all of that, but I'm sure that the Ninja Turtle cake and probably banner will live on. Last year, she got me a cake with one of the artworks that was made for me by the Latin Ninja. So that was really cool. So I honestly have no idea what she has planned. So you will know when I know, because I'm sure that it will be content, because everything is content.
Yep. Well, speaking of content, how cool is it for you to do that? One of your more recent reels, just doing a quick little Toys R Us pop in.
That Toys R Us is like 15 minutes from my house. So I go there quite often. It's still open. You know, Toys R Us is still a great store. Like nothing will ever compare to, 90s Toys R Us.
Yeah.
That was like the epitome of toys and, but it's amazing to still be able to go there. Right. Exactly. And the other day we were actually going to like the store right beside it for something. And I was like, imagine if we had a time machine. Like this is a lot of my content just happens. I'll have conversations with usually my wife. She's my best friend. I spend all my time with her. And I was like, imagine if we had a time machine and we could just go back knowing what we know now. And then, my little like ding light bulb went off, my little turtle bulb. And I was like, hey, pull over here for a sec. And I was like, okay, stand there. All right, perfect. Hold the phone here and hit record. Right. And it was just a lot of my content is I'll just think of something and just do it. I'm like, I don't want to lose this train of thought. Let's just do it.
Yeah, because if you don't, you'll forget about it or you talk yourself out of it. That's what good leaders do, dude. They just make a decision, follow through.
Yeah. I think that's what, like we hit 31,000 followers on Facebook. I think we're just over 41,000 on Instagram. And I think it's because, you know, I'm not braggadocious. I'm not, you know, I'm very authentic, and talking to me in person or what you see online, I'm the exact same person all the time. Right. You know, and I never take shots at anybody or throw any shade, even at people that deserve it. Right. So, yeah, I appreciate it and I love it. And I'm glad I found, you know, my turtle clan. Right. Yeah.
Which is crazy just how many of us are out there too. You know, I mean, it's just like me, yourself, the other fans we've met through other, you know, groups, communities, and just the cool friendships that just happen, and just the great energy of Turtles. Because what's awesome is just, you know, there's still that, you know, 5-year-old in us when somebody says Ninja Turtles, no matter how old we get, that just, you know, it's like when you hear like your favorite song that you grew up with as a kid, you know, back in the 80s or 90s, just, you know, when you hear that beat or hard rock, it's like, just
when you hear that, all I want to do is zoom, and a boom, boom. Right? You know, the rump shaker's coming.
Exactly, dude. Just always good times. A couple more questions as we slowly start bringing this one in for a landing. Where do you see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the next 5 to 10 years? And where do you see yourself also? 2 questions.
I mean, hopefully I'm still here, right? As far as, you know, I'm going to keep creating content. It is, you know, creating some opportunities that I'm very excited to pursue that I can't quite talk about yet. But I'll still be here. You know, this is a journey, and the people that have followed me have been, especially, you know, the day ones who have been watching this whole kind of thing evolve, right? I'm going to keep posting and keep connecting with people. I love it. I love the, you know, human interaction, right? I love running into people out in the public, which happens a lot more now. Also super cool and crazy humbling. As far as Ninja Turtles, I mean, it's, as a long-term time fan and collector as yourself and, you know, many of us, I'm struggling a little bit to try and see in my head what a Ninja Turtles future without that like base Playmate toy line looks like, because we've been so accustomed to it for, you know, 40 years, right? Or however many years,
give or take,
a long time, right? You know what I mean? So, you know, Mattel, right? Mattel is getting it.
I believe so.
Yeah. So they have, you know, I feel like they have an obligation to fulfill 2 markets, keep the price low toys, you know, for kids and stuff that's coming out, but also if they're going to be the only ones making Ninja Turtles and not licensing to third parties, then they have an adult collector market that they also have to cater to. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that's gonna be big shoes to fill. We
got reinvention is in the blood of Ninja Turtles. So, you know, it's done things before and failed and still came back. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we've got, I think, Saturday Morning Adventures comics coming to an end. I think there's like an ending to Last Ronin. We've got that like Muppet Babies Ninja Turtles like show that's coming out for kids. So
I'm excited to watch that with my grandson.
Yeah, that'll be fun to check out.
Yeah, that's next week, right?
Oh, yeah, it might be. I think so. Yeah, I think it is supposed to be coming out soon.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that plaque if you don't mind. Let's do a quick little show and tell preview, because what else is on your quest on who else you'd like to have on that baby?
Oh,
there's a lot of names on there that most should be familiar with.
Right now we'll start down here. We got Vanilla Ice, Brian Tochi, Ernie Reyes Jr., Ken Scott, Barry Gordon, Kevin Clash, Townsend Coleman, Robbie Wrists, Renee Jacobs, Judith Hogue, Cam Clark, Rob Paulson, Francois Chow, Frederick B. Owens, Tara Sands, Gary Kalk, Sean Ashton.
Wow. Yeah.
and Dave Faustino, who you guys might know as Bud Bundy, but he also did the voice of Normal Nate in Ninja Turtles years ago, I think 2003 maybe or 12, and he also did it in Mutant Mayhem. So, you know, I still have to get like Paige Turco, James Saito, Josh Pies, you know, Mark Queso, right? Because I'm getting all like movie, cartoon, every iteration. Like Gary Kalki was Silver, the gorilla in the next Mutation. Dave was Mutant Mayhem. Tara Sands was Angel in the 2003 series. Frederick was Leatherhead and Traximus. Sean Ashton was 2012 Raph. You know, so I'm also going to get like Greg Abbey and Wayne Grayson, who were Mikey and Raph in the 2003 series. Like I'm gonna fill it, and if the front gets too full, also I got to get, you know, Kevin Eastman. I'd love to get Laird if the stars ever align for that, but you know, Jim Lawson, Steve Levine, right? Ken Mitroni, I'd like to get on there. Ben Bishop, you know, like
Tom Waltz, a lot of the comic guys and stuff.
Yeah. Tom Waltz, Ryan Brown, if he ever comes out of hiding wherever he is, right? But there's a bit of room left. But worst case scenario, you know, like I said, I am breaking my own record, and I'll have another one. So if you know, this one gets full, I'll just start getting autographs on the next one too.
Two more questions for you. Most people know Raphael is your guy, so I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this question before. What is your Mount Rushmore of Raphaels? There's so many creations and incarnations. 4 Raphaels. Who are your top 4 Raphs? In any order.
OG.
Okay.
2012. OG movie.
Okay.
2012. I don't know. I want to say Rise, but I want to say Rise because I love the toy so much compared to the other Turtles in the Rise line.
And he was the leader in there too. So again, they gave him a chance. So
I feel like Rise would have been a completely different, you know, I think it was up until Rise, for the most part, all the Turtles were similar.
Yes.
Right? You know, like similar. Our toy line, the toys were all
same height. Yeah, same kind of size.
You know I mean? Yeah, 2003, same thing. 2007, like they were bigger, but they were all the same size.
Right.
And then 2012, same thing. And then Rise was the first one that kind of changed it. Now, if Rise would have made all 4 brothers that like bulky Raph as a toy line, it would have been a much more appealing toy line.
I think so.
I think I'm going to say Rise Raph, and it's strictly like on the toy. Like I don't hate Rise.
Yeah.
But I Rise isn't my favorite cartoon. Like I love it. It's Ninja Turtles. They're all my favorite, right? But
it's like asking your favorite kid is. I got you.
The Rise Raph is like a fantastic toy. Do you know the toy I'm talking about?
Yeah, big, bulky. He's got
and I love it.
Different like build with a tire, more muscle too.
Yeah.
No. So for those who are listening to Shellanomics on YouTube and Spotify, if somebody is not looking to break your record, this is more just on a collector's base here. Is there any inspiration you would give to somebody who wants to just like, you know, they want to catch it all? Like, is there any way we're not talking budgeting and warehouse, just anything like you can tell those collectors out there where it's like, hey, I just want to go, I want to do something like you. I just want to, I guess, maybe we can go about like how you have it displayed. Because for me, like I've said before, Dave, I'm not keeping, just me personally, I don't like keeping things in totes. If I can't display it, I'm getting rid of it because I don't even remember I freaking have it. So, like for display purposes, how did you come up with the creation of your display with the cases?
Well, I mean, that's what the cases were made for, right? If you look, you can see a little bit of white in between. Like I know they sell like acrylic stands and stuff like that. They're a little wobbly. Those are spice racks. Like if you go to like,
Wow.
I guess you don't have Canadian Tire in the US, but you know, you guys have HomeSense, HomeSense,
Like the
Winter.
spices and stuff. Yeah, like little spice racks. Oh, that's what you use instead of
Yeah.
shells.
So
Okay.
they're like, it's like a little 3-tiered spice rack, and it's like solid, and it's got because spices, you know, are like little glass bottles, right?
Yeah.
So it has like a kind of anti-slip mat on each level, and that's what I use. And also, if you get enough and push them all together, you get yourself a giant, you know, on top shelf as well.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see here. I think I have 2 other questions that are going to be kind of cool. One of them you're going to be like, dude, no, but I'm going to ask it anyways. So hypothetically speaking, well, just a little fun role player. Your house is featured in the 1990s Turtle movie, but the Foot Invade, it's on fire. Your collection is going to burn, but you have enough time to grab 3 items. What 3 are you grabbing?
My 88 Donatello Softhead, my movie star Mikey, and probably the audition scripts that Townsend Coleman gave me, because those 2 are my favorite 2 Ninja Turtles, my first turtle and my most sentimental because of my grandfather. And the movie scripts are irreplaceable. You know, I think almost everything else could maybe be bought or made again.
Right. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. And just one fun request I wanted to throw in here. So again, most people who grew up with Turtle Mania, we had our little "Don't Do Drugs" a rap song. For those who don't know, Dave can drop a wicked beat. So are we ever going to be able to hear Dave on a reel just starting to say some of these lyrics? Like here's one right here. Here's $10 now, and when you get back, I'll be waiting with 10 more in my Cadillac. Let me get one more drop here. When pushers deal, just say I passed. I'm on a very different trip, and I'm going first class. It'll take time, and there's work to do, but the Ninja Turtles can count on you. Can we get a Dave beat one day? Never say never, right?
Yeah, I'll do that, but I'll be skipping for the no crack, no smack, no angel dust.
Exactly, my dude. Dude, this has been a lot of fun. It's nice getting to see a different side of you in this episode. So where can people find the TMNT Collector? What I love is there's no underscores because you're the first to actually come up with this. No double underscores or anything funky, right? Simple.
TMNT Collector, all one word on. I have a YouTube channel, but there's only one little like short clip on there. It's something that I'm working on, but at the TMNT Collector on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I think that's the main 3. I think it also posts the thread. Instagram is the main one. There's also the TMNTcollector.com to, you know, check things out. Like, you know, we have, I think it's updated with like Comic-Con dates. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I don't actually control that, but yeah, Instagram, the TMNT Collector, or Facebook.
Exactly. Right? We'll get updates with your posts, your interviews with Renee Jacobs. Sometimes you do giveaways. I mean, like I say, you give a lot back to us. Dude, this has been awesome. Last question for you. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
It doesn't bother me at all.
Oh,
I'm just happy to be getting pizza.
You can always peel them off if you need. Okay, gotcha. All right, my dude. This has been a lot of fun, Dave. Appreciate your time.
Yes.
Have a great one. And happy early birthday. I guess I'll be the first to wish you happy birthday, boss.
I appreciate you, sir. Peace.